Nick, you knew Birmingham Moseley was going to be a tough game. Talk me through it. The lads came back well.
Yeah, they did. It was, funnily enough, you don't wish it. It's sort of karma. But I was in the car on Friday. I was thinking, we've had close losses this year. We haven't had sort of a pull from the flyer or close win where, we've had to sort of stick to plan, show plenty of character, which I know the team's got plenty of character and resilience. But actually, to have this sort of proof, maybe not last minute, but sort of last 10 minutes, I was thinking that they go a long way towards growing the team. We got it on Saturday, and actually, the obvious thing to say to camera is, I don't want it ever again. But I'll be honest, the last 20 minutes I was very, very calm. Win or lose, I wasn't sort of calm thinking we were going to win because they're a very good side and they were on top. But I just thought, well, and this is the position you're in as a coach, you understand why we might not win this game, but you also have the full belief and backing of the team that they'll find a way. And I thought the leadership group and the key decision makers were exceptional in that last 25 minutes, absolutely exceptional. And look, I think anyone looking at the half-time score and in the full-time score probably thinks it was a come-from-behind win. Yes, obviously it was on the scoreboard, but the wind was a huge factor. I mean, it was the strongest wind I've come to know in my year here at Chinnor, and it's a famous wind around here, so there's been plenty of games where it has been a factor. And the first half of our game management in terms of slowing the game down at the right time, defending for our lives as well. And we can see the silly try on our goal line really when it should have just been a routine clearance, which gave them a 14-5 lead. But other than that, 7-5 up to that point, I thought the boys were exceptional. And then to concede early in the second half against the run of play, it was not a challenge for this group of players. They stuck to task. They played the game in the right areas. It obviously helps with the wind, and we eventually found the scores to get the 5 points, and most importantly, found the 3-point winning kick from George Warboys. I thought, good game of rugby, bit stop-start given the conditions. There wasn't much ball in play, but it was exciting, certainly in terms of the ebb and flow.
Well, that just goes to show the measure of National League One. Moseley sit in 6th. The quality is very tight at the top. Now, you've told me off many times for talking to you and not talking about the game that's about to come. You've gone from a side in 6th that was tough to a side that beat you 29-19 in the second game of the season. Rams arrive here on Friday night. How big a game is this in the context of the season, or is it simply just another game?
Well, it's only got the same amount of points in line as any other league game, isn't it? Yes, you are playing at the moment as it stands in the league, but you said it's very tight. Things can change month to month. You go on a bad run, you go on a good run. But I think everyone's excited from it. It's worked out perfectly, isn't it? Friday night before Christmas, top versus second are at home. We've played each other once already, which was a real game of 2 hours. We were on top first half, they were on top second half. Came out winners from that one. And two sides at full strength and playing good rugby. And look, it is bigger than any other game. Of course, it's on a Friday night. It's on TV as well. It's two sides at the moment that are the form sides in the league.
Preparations, have they been just keeping it the same as normal? Is there any extra incentive thrown in that they've defeated you, one of the 3 defeats you've had this season? Have you just tried to keep it on a level playing field, or do you really drive it up? Is it chest thumping time inside the...
I don't even do any of that for this game. And I forgot to mention as well that they are local rivals, localish rivals, Rams, and there is a history throughout the leagues, especially with the players that are currently playing. So those guys will have all the emotion, and that will get going sort of shortly before kick-off, I'm sure. But it's mainly about getting a real simple message, simple game plan into the lads, on Tuesday night. And Thursday's going to be very, very light. We're not doing a Wednesday session to get more into the legs of the lads. We want the guys to be fresh. Just getting the right amount of detail to them on Tuesday, the right amount of intensity as well. But we won't be doing anything different to what we've done for the previous 13 games, to be honest. We'll put our game out in the park and represent what we're about rather than worrying about the opposition.
And something about a night match, isn't there, that sort of brings the atmosphere. It's a tight ground. It's going to have plenty of people in Kingsley Road on Friday night. It is the last game before the winter break, so to speak. You're not back until January. It's one where you must leave everything on the pitch.
Yeah, both sides will, no doubt about it. You know, I say there's nothing on the line because there's still another 12 games after, but you know, there's certainly bragging rights and you know, a bit of distance between yourself. But look, they've just got to worry about playing in the moment. I think, you know, let's make sure that the crowd do become our 16th man. It becomes very, very important. It was for them down there when they came from behind, you know, especially on one side in their stadium. And let's make sure it's the same here with the Chinnor faithful. I've only actually had one game on a Friday night at Kingsley Road, and that was my first one when we beat Roslin Park. And you know, it was a great atmosphere, and let's hope for more of the same.
It's very greasy outside. Forecast more rain as well. Is there any change of game plan about keeping the ball tight, or are you going to just go with the way the game pans out?
Well, I think it'd be foolish if the conditions don't allow you to play the sort of running rugby we've been playing. To sort of overplay your hand, or you might have to play a little bit further up the pitch. But these guys, you know, throughout, what have we had, sort of 6 months together, 5-6 months together, their understanding and ability to adapt and find solutions is second to none. And, you know, us as a coaching group, them as a senior player and game managers group, you know, we'll find what the balance should be once we have a look on Friday night. But, you know, until then, you know, we'll just continue in trying to be as good as we can as individuals and a team.